I had a dream, had to hit it with the phone. Skirt, 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 hit it with the phone. Skirt, 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 hit it with the phone.
So what is the turn up?
What is turning up? Okay, so it's like the part in the party when like your friend comes over with the shots for everyone. It's like,
and they're like, turn up.
What are some ways that you can turn up a recipe? Like, number one, bacon. Okay,
Bacon-y delight.
right, exactly. Like everything with bacon in it is delightful.
Turn up.
Right. These are your favorite recipes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. So what Christina actually did recently was she made collard greens and she had a kale.
I did.
Right? Why'd you have kale?
Because kale was hot in the streets.
Exactly.
Right now.
It does look pretty. It's like
collard
greens are flat and the kale's all crinkly.
It's like crinkly. It's like a little frilly. It's kind of like fashionable.
It's
In a format that they're comfortable reading or viewing, whereas a newspaper, it might not be the format that they like to view.
That's, be careful we don't get on our soapbox. How many newspapers from have run a head of the month calendar? Or, skipping cat. I mean, we've done it too. I mean, it's not like we haven't said, cats aren't great news. We've done it too. It's just, we don't put them on a Roomba.
I think the thing with BuzzFeed is interesting because if you look at the numbers, like the most visited long form story on BuzzFeed was I think 100th of the average BuzzFeed story. So yeah, people are reading it, but not at anywhere the same scale as
Well, can we differentiate between news and content? Like, I have no problem with using cat content to get people there, but I'm not necessarily sure it's news content.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
We have an entertainment section.
Yeah,
in the
I think it
newspaper.
does.
Are comics content, right, then? Like in the traditional sense?
Yeah, that's
Comics.
content.
Crosswords.
What's a newspaper today?
Well, that's actually something I was just going to say is that, I heard people saying, oh, I'm worried about, filtering news or customizing news or curating news because, then you don't get to see the whole, aspect of things. But at the end of the day, all a newspaper is some editor at the top said, this is what I deem as news and I'm going to put that in the newspaper. It's not like the news, the newspaper is, we're going to get all of the aspects and all the details and all the information and we're going to put this in. Some people don't think serious news to them. It is how it is. But an editor, there is a human being at the end of the day who chose what news actually went into that printed paper. So saying that BuzzFeed is wrong would be like saying that the New York Times is wrong because sooner or later, somewhere at the top, there is a human that says, I deem this to be the news, this is what I think it is, this is what we're printing. Yeah, I mean, isn't the printed edition just an aggregation? Exactly. Sitting there and saying,
exactly
this, and this.
Yeah, let's not forget that people that buy the newspaper and take out everything and read the funny section.
Or the inserts. They read the inserts a lot too. Right.
There are people that take out the editorial and throw it away and read the ads.
I have something even more heretical to say. How many newspapers would have a cars section or a real estate section if not for advertising?
Not very many.
Is there non-advertising in that section?
So
like cat dressed up as Putin invading
there you go.
That's political.
Hey, next MediaThon.
You can look at, I have a nephew that says he gets his news from The Daily Show by Jon Stewart. And I love The Daily Show. Last week, tonight, with John Oliver, there was a big story that said, is John Oliver a journalist? And he says no. And they say, we beg to differ. You are absolutely, positively a journalist. And he has done fantastic work. It's a great show. It's on late. But he's done a very, very nice job of it. It's just...
It's on late. You watch... Oh, that's that thing with... Oh, right. I
The
know.
former Daily Show correspondent.
No, I'm joking. I'm saying,
Okay.
you
I was a little
use,
slow.
it's on late. I watch it, whenever I want.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I'm teasing.
But it's a different presentation of the news, and Jon Stewart it's news through sarcasm frequently, but he makes an incredibly strong point to point out the hypocrisy of whatever. It doesn't really matter. So there are so many different ways to get your news, so many ways to deliver the news, so many ways to interpret the news, and it's changing rapidly. I know my uncle years ago, we're a family newspaper. My uncle used to complain about the number of pages in the entertainment section, and why do we even have movie reviews? I mean, it's just stupid. Well, but entertainment, sometimes, well, maybe not as much anymore, but people buy newspapers to find this type of stuff, to find movie reviews. And it's changing, and it's changing so rapidly that you have to be flexible. I mean, we're doing things now, my dad retired in 2002. We do things now that he would never, you can't even explain to him. Well, mostly because he didn't know how to send an email unless someone hit him and send him one, and then he hit reply. But things have changed so rapidly.
Can you name one? What's one thing you're doing that your dad would?
That we do that he wouldn't have done?
Advertising on
Front page advertising. There's one. Breaking news online. Hey, read it here. Don't buy the paper tomorrow. We will. I mean, we post paragraphs. We post streams of things. We have stories. We say read more in tomorrow's newspaper, but it's something